My name is Bob Davis, Chief Training Officer of Oz Adventures, which runs the Operation Hard Yakka program. My background initially was military in different forces, mainly in infantry, airborne and the likes. But since I've been out since 1985, we've been running training programs for all ages and all types, from young school students right through to corporate training, the banks and the likes. And then we've been running Operation Hard Yakka since July 2008. Up until that, we had a bit of a gap in between, trying to get it funded, but with no luck. So we were running it as a fee-for-service program until the state government at the time decided that they would like to use it as a pilot program, and now it's coming to an end, that funded part of it.
So why is that, Bob?
A change of government, different viewpoints on what works and what they believe works and doesn't work. I've tried to approach and put our views forward to why we believe it should be going. Other people have tried to as well, but with no luck. I'm not really 100% sure why they don't want to even acknowledge what we're doing. They share them, two boys to a room. They each get a locker, and in that locker is their equipment, which is their packs, their chest rigs, knife, fork and spoon, cups, plates, and their personal gear. Everything's laid out military style, and there's room inspections in the morning where they stand beside their beds. In each shower and toilet, you've got a shower, toilet, sink. They get 3-minute showers, so there's a staff member out here and he lets them know when they can start and when they've got to turn the water off to dry themselves up. When they come here, they get issued with all this equipment. One of them is the pack, and you'll notice that there's numbers. Nearly every item they get issued is a number. So if we find, say, number 5 hat lying around on the ground, we know who it belongs to, so it's been a bit of irresponsibility, and so there are consequences to that.
So the previous government was quite happy to help?
Oh look, yeah, it took a bit, but we had visits from the then Attorney General and then the Premier to have a look about 3 times to see what we were doing on our fee-for-service programs. Then, and only then, did they come up with the idea of trying to fund boot camps all the way up the east coast of Queensland. Once they saw what we were doing and speaking with past participants and their parents, and also other organisations as well, and the positive feedback that they were getting, that's when they decided to put it up for funding. And then they ran 2 one on the Gold Coast and then 1 in Cairns. The experts selected the 1 in Cairns, but that had a bit of an issue with it initially, and they closed that down. Since then they've opened up another one, but then they opened one up on the Fraser Coast, and we put in for it and were lucky enough to be given it. Right or wrong, we still got it on our own merits, I believe, not by any other chance, contrary to what other people are actually saying. We were not the preferred providers, but we had runs on the board, and I think that's what changed the ideas of who to give the funding to at the time. But this is a low ropes adventure course. It's been out for a long time. We've had it here for quite a few years. It's all about teamwork and supporting each other. We do it in a couple of different ways, in groups of 3, for example, and 2 people have to walk beside their teammate. And then when they get to the end one, for example, the swinging tyres, they have to swing and work out a technique as a team to be able to get from the start point to the end without any mistakes, or least amount of mistakes, of course without falling off. And that comes to it. If a guy has got plenty of balance and upper body strength, that works really well, but a lot of the boys don't have that. So, and coordination, so as a team, they work together to achieve the success that's required. Yeah, I've got one here that came through last night, as a matter of fact, and it just reads, "Hi Bob," and obviously I won't mention names. "Hi Bob and everyone else there. I am the young boy's nana. I'm so happy your organisation has been there for him and many more boys. He rang me this morning and I spoke to a totally different boy that the conversation I had with him before he left to go there. I think you are wonderful people and do a great service to these kids who are not really bad, just need some guidance. Thank you all so much." I was advised to put a petition in to see if we could get the federal government on side. Look, I'd love the state government to come and have a look and see what we're doing and continue the funding. But if I've got to look at all other avenues. I've got parents just under the 1,300 mark from nationally throughout Australia. That's only the parents that know about us. Heavens knows how many others that don't and haven't heard about us at this stage. And so we decided to try to open up a training and education academy here on the Fraser Coast. We've got the facilities, we've got the knowledge, we've got people that are volunteering to come in. We want the boys to come and do maths and English, mainly, because that's where we see that they need to have when they want to go out there to do either further education or get employed. The idea of the funding will be to be able to cover boys from all throughout Australia. Whether they come from Western Australia or South Australia or Victoria, Tasmania, you name it, we will take them as we have been in the past. The cost for a parent to pay for that is just right out of their reach. In saying that, I'd like to let everyone else know that probably 99% of the parents that contact us are really good parents who have actually, some have offered to sell their houses, to sell their cars, to come and for their boy to come here. They're not, contrary to what other people might think, bad parents. They just need help. They just need support. When the boys go home, our success rate speaks for itself. We're not 100%, but we're aiming for that. But it's a very high percentage. So if we can keep them here and do 3 months extra training in maths and English, where they can feel confident about themselves, be motivated in what they've achieved, be happy with what they've achieved, then we can put them back into mainstream school, in work or further education.